Zoe Slater faced a tough ultimatum following another intense day in EastEnders. Now staying at Stacey's place after Greg's arrest, Zoe noticed Sharon Watts making a return to the square. Confident and unflinching, Zoe locked eyes with her, but Sharon was furious, ranting to her siblings Vicki Fowler and Zach Hudson. Vicki insisted she had already warned Zoe off, yet Sharon reminded her that Zoe not only helped cover up their father Den's death, but also lied in an attempt to steal Dennis Rickman. Sharon further told Vicki that her mother Michelle was relocating to Florida with Vicki's younger brother Mark Jr., which left Vicki bitter. Elsewhere, Kat Moon vowed to stand by Zoe and aid in finding her son, though Alfie grew anxious, and Stacey hinted that Zoe was definitely hiding something. Just as Sharon prepared to face Zoe head-on, the police intervened and escorted Zoe away for questioning. Greg, who was framed for shooting Zoe shortly after holding Kat, Zoe and Stacey hostage, had earlier accused her of attacking him. Kat pushed her ex Phil Mitchell to send lawyer Richie Scott to the station, bringing up Zoe's estranged son and hinting at her own regrets about Zoe's rarely spoken of twin brother. Phil eventually gave in, and while they waited for Zoe to be freed, Alfie reminded Kat that tracking down a child doesn't always end well, subtly recalling what happened when he and Kat discovered the son she unknowingly had in Ireland. When Zoe was finally released from custody, the group returned to the Queen Vic, where Sharon extended an uneasy truce, admitting she couldn't forgive but did understand Zoe's role in Den's death. However, with Alfie and Stacey's cautions about Zoe's secrecy still echoing in her mind, Kat told Zoe she needed to come clean, or there would be no money to fund the search for her son. Will Zoe finally tell the truth? EastEnders legend Steve McFadden admits it's not a walk in the park, amid more sadness for Phil Mitchell. The actor was showered with praise following his National Television Awards success earlier this month. EastEnders icon Steve McFadden has confessed that playing Phil Mitchell is no easy ride, warning fans that more heartbreak lies ahead for the character. It's been a hectic stretch for the soap star, who recently picked up his very first NTA for portraying Phil in the BBC drama. Steve scooped the Best Serial Performance trophy, beating out his co-star Jacqueline Josser, Emmerdale's Eden Taylor-Draper, and Coronation Street pair Jack P. Shepherd and Sue Devaney. Phil himself has had a heavy year, with his depression spiraling to the point that he admitted himself into a mental health clinic after trying to take his life during the show's 40th anniversary week. When Steve collected his award, he grew emotional, fighting back tears as Jesse Wallace and Michelle Ryan, who play Kat and Zoe Slater, presented him with the honor. Though he rarely opens up about his craft, Steve reflected on his long run since joining EastEnders in 1990. Working on EastEnders isn't easy. The last 35 years have been challenging, and this past year has been especially tough. It's certainly not a stroll, it's intense, demanding work. Much of it is very dark and draining. Panto is light-hearted fun, but EastEnders is the opposite, he told the Daily Star. Discussing Phil's mental health storyline, Steve admitted it was emotionally draining to portray those scenes. He said, "It's been demanding, but that's the vision of the producers, directors, and writers. They push us hard, and I gave everything I had." Steve continued, "Hearing from viewers is rewarding. It validates what we put into the job. The plot has resonated with people, and it's important to connect with those who may feel unheard. They can relate to the show." Looking ahead, the actor hinted that the festive season could bring yet more misery for Phil, just months after his latest struggles. "There's more sadness in store for Phil. That's what's coming up. Christmas won't be an easy one," he revealed. Currently, Phil is supporting his close friend Nigel Bates, whose dementia battle has deeply affected him since his return to Walford last year. New pictures reveal first look at EastEnders' blockbuster Christmas, with huge twists to come. The EastEnders cast and crew are already embracing the festive mood, with striking new behind-the-scenes pictures giving fans a first glimpse of a Walford winter wonderland. And naturally, this can only spell one thing in Soapland: heartbreak, explosive revelations, jaw-dropping twists, and life-threatening drama are brewing on the square as the cameras roll. Although autumn has only just begun in the real world, and most of us are still weeks away from panicking about our Christmas shopping lists, things move at a very different pace in Albert Square. For EastEnders, September is the cue for Christmas trees, tinsel-covered lampposts, blazing rows in the Vic, shocking confessions over turkey, and more than one tragedy under the mistletoe. The new images show Albert Square shimmering with festive lights and seasonal decorations, instantly creating an atmosphere of cheer. But, as soap fans know all too well, the brighter the square looks, the darker the storylines hiding beneath it. It's a strange sensation for those of us reporting on soaps. While most people are still thinking about pumpkins and bonfires, our minds are already consumed with December plots. By the time we're carving into our real-life Christmas dinners, these stories will feel like a distant memory, because our eyes will already be on the next year's chaos in 2026. A slightly chilling thought, isn't it? But let's not jump that far forward just yet. This year is flying by quickly enough, and these festive snapshots promise an unmissable ending to 2025 in Walford. At the centre of the drama is the highly anticipated return of Zoe Slater, whose comeback storyline looks set to dominate the Christmas period. Long-time viewers will recall Zoe's fiery history on the square, and with Max Branning firmly back in the fold by December, the stage is set for a collision of past and present that will ripple through multiple families. Zoe's reappearance won't just stir nostalgia, it will also unlock a Pandora's box of secrets. The biggest? The shocking truth surrounding her mystery son, a storyline that has been whispered about for months but never fully confirmed. Add to that her romantic entanglement with Max, equal parts Lothario and loathsome troublemaker, and we have all the makings of a scandal that could shatter lives across Walford. Showrunner Ben Wadey has teased a Christmas unlike any other, framing the season around the themes of past, present, and future. His first major move, after swapping Hollyoaks' Chester Village for Albert Square, was to lure back fan favourites Michelle Ryan and Jake Wood. It's no surprise, then, that he wants their comeback to be the focal point of the year's must-watch climax. Speaking exclusively to RadioTimes.com, Wadey hinted at what's to come. This Christmas, we're looking at past, present, and future, and we've got so many exciting stories we can't wait to share with the audience. He also revealed more about how Zoe's return will affect her fractured family. Kat thinks she knows what to expect when Zoe walks back into her life, but meeting your adult daughter after years apart is much more complicated than she realizes. There's a huge amount for them to learn about each other. Zoe is carrying a lot of secrets with her, and the Slaters are in for one hell of a ride this autumn. So while the square sparkles with fairy lights and festive cheer, the tension simmering beneath the surface promises fireworks, and not the cheerful kind. For every smile at the carol concert, there could be a betrayal lurking. For every toast in the Queen Vic, a devastating revelation may follow. As fans, we can't help but feel the anticipation building. The baubles may still be boxed away in most of our homes, but in Walford, the mince pies are practically on the table, and they're being served with a side of chaos. The countdown to a Christmas of catastrophe, chaos, and calamity has officially begun. And if the whispers are to be believed, this could be one of the most unforgettable festive seasons EastEnders has ever delivered.